So this is our mood taxonomy. It starts with 6 mood families. They are called air, water, fire, and so on. But the 6 elements here, that is not super important. That is just the inspiration where this came from, with postures that are attached to traditional Chinese systems. But then on the next level, we have 18 so-called subfamilies that are called happiness, extroversion. Then we have good vibrations, roots, warrior, playfulness, nourishment, love, withdrawal, and so on. And they are further subdivided then. So we have here on the outer level 256 different moods that we can characterize. And our AI training database has been annotated to that level. Right now, we have trained our AI only for about 60 moods that it can predict and annotate. That's what you get in the product. But this mood taxonomy, this is the full mood taxonomy that we are aware of. It knows about 256 different attributes. And there are even more synonyms, as I mentioned earlier. So in the end, you can search by techy or unconventional or extravagant or flashy, reckless, and things like this. What we do now is, something like extroversion, happiness, and so on. So this is the detail of moods that we are able to capture of the music.
And what if can a person go in and like a little bit write the same way that you look for stuff in Google? Like, do Google search for music? Like, say I want a happy song for when you're walking on the beach.
Yeah, so we do have around the product MusiMotion, we have something that is called the advanced search engine, where you can combine all of this. You can say, give me, I forgot to mention that we also annotate situations. So happy music on the beach, faster than 120 BPM, and a little bit of romanticism, and it has to be one out of these 3 genres. That is a query you can do. We provide mostly APIs to our customers, so they usually build the front end and the search engines. What I did is I searched a song on YouTube, Coldplay Clocks, and then it's just popping up there as you're used to it from YouTube. And then I go into the browser and browser's web address and copy the URL and go and switch to our interface. Here it's called This Is What You Listen To, but it's essentially an interface to MusiMotion. And I can either upload a song, I can find a song that we pre-analyzed in our song database, or I paste simply a web link here, and I'm entering here this track from YouTube and click Analyze. You will see within seconds it's analyzing that track, and I can use any track on YouTube, and it's bringing back the results. So this is Coldplay Clocks, the official video, and we see here it detected the key is a G flat, G sharp minor, BPM 131 BPM. It's not an instrumental song. It's a male voice. We have about 35% rhythm present, so it's not that intense of a rhythm perspective, but we get 83% of spectral energy. The song is composed of the genres rock, pop rock, indie rock, electropop, pop, and it apparently also detected a little bit of folk here. And then in terms of moods, we get moods such as sentimental, friendly, sensibility, refined, soothing, good vibrations, innocent, melodramatic, determined, and meditative. You get the percentage, and you get an interpretation here also of what these moods mean. If we scroll further down, we have the rhythmic moods. There are only 5 possible rhythmic moods to tell you whether it's more a quiet or more a staccato song, a more flowing song. This one is something in between. And here we get the situations detected. So this Coldplay song is good for Sunday morning. Also, if you're alone and reflective, but at the same time, it can be used for candlelight dinner, for example. I guess you get the idea.
That was what I was looking for, yeah.
Yeah, so and then later on, I don't have this demo up and running here now. You could reverse this and search. So they say, give me all the songs that are meant for a situation where I'm alone and reflective, but has still good vibrations, is soothing, and is out of electropop. That query can do, and it brings up all the songs that match that.
Wow. And then I tried the other one that it was like it was going to choose you choose the playlist that you've created on Spotify, and then it tells you about something about you. And I must say it got me correctly because I'm an NTG, and it actually did say I'm an NTG, which few
Wow,
people
perfect.
are. There's
I
only
should
like
have.
1% in women in the world that is NTG, and he got it right.
Wow. Well, let's give the listeners and viewers an idea of what this is about. So here we're talking about what I mentioned as MusiMe, which interprets the person based on their listening history and listening patterns. Yeah. So we claim you are what you listen to. This is our compelling demo, and obviously it convinced Jasmine as it convinced many others before. Let's see here. I connect with Spotify usually. I need to get and select one out of my playlist of Spotify. And a good choice is obviously a longer playlist that characterizes you well. For example, here, my top playlist 2019 that Spotify created automatically for me. So I'm going to select this one. And here's what this playlist tells about me in this case. We should have done your playlist because you were so excited about it. So let's start here with another tab. So first of all, we see again what it analyzed here. What we saw for a single song before is here the breakdown of the music I was listening to in the year 2019. So I have a breakdown of all the moods that appear in that music and the genres. It's a mix, somewhere EDM, techno, pop, dancehall, house, chill out, and so on. And then you see this reflected in the moods. And we feed this into the engine that analyze all the music that we've been listening to, and tries to map it also on personality traits. One thing here is the so-called big five that are called openness, consciousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism, where I get different bars here, more in consciousness and agreeableness than on extroversion, openness, and neuroticism. We have something that's called the Enneagram, where you're classified into one or more out of 9 archetypes. So here, mostly a number 5, a type 5 investigator, but I'm also partially a challenger and a perfectionist. Okay, interesting.
I would say yes to that.
Yeah, you would say correct. Okay, you know me. Partially, I would say. Okay. And then we got the famous Myers-Briggs type indicator. It's used a lot in marketing, also partially in other circumstances. And this is usually a 4x4 grid where you like 4 different attributes are characterized, and the strengths of those extrovert, introvert, and different opposites. And then you're 1 or 2, or sometimes in rare cases 4 out of these squares are highlighted for you. And in my case, I'm an ESTP, I'm a doer and promoter, according to this. And secondary is supervisor and a guardian. And this is what you get there. If you're interested, you can read more about this. What are your strengths and weaknesses in this profile? And then you tell us ideally whether you agree with this or not. We have,
I agree.
You agree, right? And there's many people who told us this. So we went to trade shows. We go every year to South by Southwest in Austin, in Texas. It's very exciting, and we showed this there and had people trying it with their music. And there was even a person like listening exclusively to dark heavy metal music. And I was really nervous when the person did the demo, but the outcome was, yeah, it interpreted him perfectly. He was happy with it.